At 3 a.m. Someone at the FBI was reading a file on a normal Tuesday. It was thought that the teachings in this file were dangerous because they came from a man who thought that people were asleep. He was a GI. You might never look at your life the same way again after reading what Gurdjieff found. Do you remember The Truman Show? Gurdjieff thought that we are all trapped in waking sleep, acting out scripts we didn't write, just like Truman's perfect world was a lie. So what if you could take charge of your life and make it happen? Just think about your day. How much of it do you remember? If you feel like you do most of it without thinking, that's waking sleep and it's stopping you. You drive to work and don't remember the journey. You eat and don't taste your food. You have whole conversations without being present. Every second, your life is slipping away and you have no idea. If you want to wake up, don't just take my word for it. Scientists have found the neural basis for this trance-like state. Quantum superposition means that particles can be in more than one state at the same time until they are observed. Gurdjieff's idea of self-remembering might be the same thing as consciousness. You are stuck in all of your automatic roles at the same time until you pay attention to yourself. Another shocking fact about history. Why did the FBI become interested in Gurdjieff? Because the world's power structures would fall apart overnight if enough people woke up. Think about it. How can you control someone who can see right through your lies? What's really amazing is that this waking sleep isn't just messing up your daily life. It's also stopping you from reaching your full potential and understanding how reality works on a deeper level. The world looks foggy to you, and you miss the deep truths and hidden connections that are right in front of you. Are you sure of who you are? If everything you think you know about yourself, your dreams, your beliefs, and your thoughts, is just made up. Pay close attention, because this video could be the only time you ever see the real you. Have you ever had déjà vu? It's possible that Gurdjieff would say it's a flaw in the false personality, a brief moment when the real you shows through the mask. Could it be that this feeling isn't just a coincidence? Could it be that the universe is trying to wake you up? You can get out of this trance and out of the prison of your unconscious mind. Everything you think you know about yourself, your life, and the nature of consciousness is based on this limited, sleep-like state. I want you to really feel the weight of this realization before I tell you. Before we dive into this hidden knowledge that could change the way you see reality forever, take a moment to truly commit to this journey. Hit the like button to signal that you're ready to wake up, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the truths that have been kept from you. And if you're ready to step beyond the illusion, comment below, I choose to wake up. Let's break free together. Self-observation is the first step to awakening. It sounds very simple, but it's actually very powerful. This isn't just thinking about yourself. It's a big change in how you see things, a way to watch your thoughts, feelings, and actions as if you were someone else. You can see all the furniture you've been tripping over, like when you turn on a light in a dark room. People in history have also talked about similar truths. That's why Einstein said, "No problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it." Gurdjieff's teachings show you how to get past those limits. But being aware of yourself is only the start. What if someone told you that everything that is happening right now was planned out ahead of time? You've been living in a carefully planned illusion, like Neo in The Matrix. What if I told you you could get away? But what does freedom cost? It's everything you believe about yourself. As you listen to these words right now, pay attention to how you feel, what you think, and the emotions that come and go. Just watch them and don't judge them. Pay attention to every choice you make for the next 24 hours. Think about it. Did I choose this, or did my habits choose it for me? You might be surprised at how little of your life you're actually awake for. Gurdjieff thought this was the first thing that needed to be done to get your power back and align your centers. And what if I told you that staying awake during the day changes more than just your own life? It changes everything in the universe. Gurdjieff thought that the unconsciousness of people contributes to divine stagnation, which slows down not only personal growth, but also the evolution of divinity itself. It may seem impossible, but let's look at it more closely. Think of your mind as a tuning fork that sends out frequencies that match the energies around you. If you're stuck in autopilot, your frequency changes all the time and you lose touch with the natural harmony of the universe. Ancient knowledge, like the Hermetic principle, as above, so below, says that this kind of discord between people is a reflection of problems in the divine order as a whole. But what if awakening could bring you back into tune with these higher frequencies? Think about the idea of resonance. When one tuning fork moves, it can make another nearby move at the same speed. Gurdjieff said that when you wake up from waking sleep, you start to resonate at a higher level, which can have an effect on those around you and even help bring about a greater divine balance. It's like every moment of awareness you work on makes the universe a little bit shakier. There is a creepy parallel to this idea in modern physics. The observer effect in quantum mechanics shows that just watching particles can change how they behave. This suggests that how aware you are has an effect on the world around you that can be measured and may have an effect on everyone. What if waking up isn't just a journey for you, but a duty from God? When you next find yourself zoning out, think about this. Your awareness, or lack of it, could be affecting not only your life, but also the whole universe. Realizing this is both humbling and empowering, because it means that every choice you make has the power to either support or disrupt the divine order. And now, the really shocking part, what if your whole personality, what you think you are, is all a lie? Gurdjieff's teachings show a truth that is so strange that the FBI wanted to hide it. These things you think, believe, and really want may not even be yours. Gurdjieff said that this false personality is more than just a mask. It's a prison that you've been living in since birth. You've been told what to believe, how to act, and what success looks like since you were a child. You don't even realize it, but these ideas shape who you are. When you look in the mirror, do you ever feel like someone else is looking back at you? It's not really you, it's your fake self. Gurdjieff said that the first step to waking up is to connect as soon as you feel like you are not connected. Remember how you felt as a child, full of wonder, joy, and being present. That was the real you. But somewhere along the way, societal expectations took over your true self and made you into someone else. The good news is that it's still possible to become who you really are. Do you ever wonder if you really picked your job, hobbies, or dreams? What if these wants were formed by outside forces instead of you? People from the same culture often have the same goals and values. Just look around. That's the false personality at work, forcing us to fit in. The deepest part is that this false self isn't just an idea, it's built into your brain. Every thought and action makes neural pathways stronger, which can make it seem impossible to break bad habits. Don't worry though, there is a strong way out, one that is so revolutionary that it turns society on its head. You've made it to the end of this journey, but this is just the beginning of your awakening. Now, it's your turn to take action. Comment below, I'm going to break free from the lie. Let the world know that you're ready to wake up. Gurdjieff came up with a technique called non-identification, which means stepping outside of yourself to watch your thoughts without getting caught up in them. Being awake and realizing that the role you've been playing is not really you is like that. To begin, look at your feelings and thoughts without judging them, as if you were watching yourself from the outside. When you feel angry, instead of saying, "I am angry," try saying, "I notice anger." This small but important change will help you separate yourself from the emotion and see it as a passing feeling instead of who you are. Along with this practice, take time to be present throughout the day by focusing on your breath or how your body feels. This changes the way your brain works over time, giving you new ways to act and freeing you from the false personality. This will help you live with purpose and reach your full potential. So why did this act seem so dangerous? Because it would be harder to control a society full of truly awakened people. Imagine that a lot of people were questioning their beliefs, the things they buy, and even who they are. The fact that Gurdjieff and his followers were being watched by powerful groups like the FBI is not a surprise. Now think about how you relate to archetypes, which are the characters that you find interesting in stories, myths, and even movies. Have you ever related to the hermit who runs away from the chaos of society, the rebel who fights against the system, or the wise person who finds out hidden truths? According to Carl Jung, these archetypes are not just made-up stories. They are powerful psychological blueprints that can help you break free from your false personality. Gurdjieff thought that these archetypes were like cheat codes that could help you awaken. As an example, the hermit is self-reliant and thinks a lot about themselves. This may hit home for you if you've cut yourself off from society's noise to find peace. The rebel archetype stands for bravery and defiance, questioning the idea that people should blindly follow the rules set by others. Then there's the sage, who helps you become wise by telling you to trust your gut over the world's lies. The catch is that many people don't choose their archetypes. Instead, society forces them into roles like the provider, where they have to give up their own dreams to help others, or the ruler, where they hold on to power while avoiding a deeper calling. It's like getting cast in a movie for which you didn't even try out. There is a way to break free. You have to choose your archetype. How about you? Who motivates you? What kinds of stories move you? You might relate to the hermit's desire to get away from the bad things in society and get back in touch with nature, for example, if you feel drawn to John Dunbar from Dances with Wolves. Or perhaps Morpheus from The Matrix speaks to you. Morpheus is the wise man who wakes people up from illusion and shows them the way to truth. It's not just fun to read about these archetypes, they're a call to action. You can change the plot of your life, get rid of the false self, and live with more freedom and purpose if you choose an archetype that fits with your deepest truth. What part are you going to play? You have the stage. This idea is backed up by psychology. According to research, taking on symbolic roles through methods like role-playing or visualization can change the way your brain works and the way you act. This is why these techniques are used by therapists to make changes that last. As an exercise, close your eyes and picture yourself as the archetype you chose. Feel their good traits and strengths moving through you. Believe in yourself and ask yourself how this version of me would handle the problems I'm facing now. You can let go of the false personality and start living a life that feels real and gives you power by becoming the right archetype. You don't just break free when you use the power of archetypes, you rewrite your whole story. What do you want to become? There are hidden forces that shape your mind. Are you brave enough to face them and question everything you thought you knew about the world and yourself? Because you can't go back from this journey. Your life will never be the same. Not everyone should go down this path, You have to be really brave to face hard truths about yourself and the world around you. Watch on, though, if you want to get out of your mental prison and see the world in a new way. You will no longer believe what you thought you knew about the power of your mind after the next step in this journey. It was Gurdjieff's groundbreaking teachings that showed us that we have 3 separate intelligences: the intellectual, the emotional, and the moving centers. The way each person sees the world is different. Think about what would happen if you could use all 3 of these centers at the same time. Most people only use one of them to its fullest. Think about your mind being sharp and logical, your emotions being deep and wise, and your body's natural strength all working together in harmony. Getting from a simple machine to a fast supercomputer is like that. People who live with centers that aren't balanced often make bad choices, let their emotions get the best of them, or feel disconnected from their bodies. The cool thing is that science is now learning what Gurdjieff knew almost 100 years ago. Scientists have found that feelings, thoughts, and physical sensations are all closely linked. It's okay to have gut feelings. Your gut and brain are always talking to each other, and your emotions leave marks on your body that can be measured. But Gurdjieff didn't just point out the issue. He also suggested a way to fix it. He came up with a set of movements that were meant to bring all 3 centers into perfect harmony. Exercises like these aren't just for fun. They're a sacred dance that speaks directly to your mind, emotions, and body. You are reprogramming yourself from the inside out as you do these movements, which raises your consciousness. However, be aware that this practice is not for the faint of heart. It requires a lot of dedication and focus. You'll be questioning deeply ingrained habits and testing the limits of your awareness. Who gets what? They're even better than you thought. People who master these movements say they feel very clear and like the universe's secrets are unfolding in front of them. They also say they feel connected to something bigger than themselves and can access creative and energetic reserves they hadn't used before. Do you feel the amazing potential that's inside you? Getting your centers in sync is just the start. Gurdjieff's teachings go even deeper than you might think. They could help you reach levels of consciousness you never thought possible. Are you ready to take this journey to the next level? Ready to find a spiritual path that has been lying in wait for you? You've made it to the end, but your journey is just beginning. If this video opened your mind, like it to signal that you're ready for the next level. Subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss the hidden knowledge that will change the way you see reality. And now, I want to hear from you. Comment below. I pick my own archetype. Declare who you're becoming and take the first step toward rewriting your story. Let's wake up together. Gurdjieff came up with a powerful method called the 4th way that can help you make your everyday life a spiritual practice. Some people think it was kept secret on purpose because it works so well. Get ready to find the spiritual superhighway that has always been there. Traditional spiritual paths often require you to be very dedicated or live alone, but the 4th way fits right into your daily life. This is a practice that helps your body, mind, and emotions grow while you go about your daily life. This is spirituality for the modern world. You don't need to go to a monastery or a cabin in the mountains. The 4th way is not only useful, but also very powerful. It wakes up your soul like an alarm clock, revealing your untapped potential. Imagine turning every part of your day into a spiritual practice. Your morning commute could become a meditation on being present. Your conversations with co-workers could become exercises in emotional mastery. And even doing the dishes could become a chance to really look at yourself. But be careful, this path isn't simple. Most people aren't ready for the level of self-awareness that the 4th way asks of them. It forces you to face hard truths about yourself and makes you question everything you thought you knew about the real world. But the rewards are better than you could ever imagine. People who do it say it makes them feel like they're in a science fiction story. They find energy and creativity they didn't know they had. Don't believe me, though. Try the power of the fourth way right now. For 4 minutes, try this easy exercise. Pay close attention to 3 things at once: your thoughts, your feelings, and your body's sensations. Don't try to change anything. Just look around. Pay attention to the constant chatter in your mind, the small changes in how you feel, and every single sensation in your body. True self-observation, which is at the heart of the fourth way, starts here. As you do this, you may feel like you're not the same person you normally are. That's normal. It means you're getting a glimpse of your true nature, the essence that lies beneath the fake personality that society has taught you is you. Even though it only lasts a moment, it's powerful because it shows you how much more there is to find. Now it gets scary. Just as you see that you have the power to rise above this conditioning, what if everyone else is moving in the opposite direction? We've been told that we're evolving and making progress and becoming more aware. But what if the truth is much scarier? What if we're not evolving, but rather devolving? There is technology all around you that says it will make our lives easier, but at what cost? You don't even know it, but every device you use changes the way your brain works. How many times have you checked your phone today? Every alert and scroll is like a dopamine hit. It makes you feel good at the time, but it also makes you less aware. Attention span and focus are getting shorter. You're acting more like a machine without really being aware of what you're doing. Not sure? Attention spans have gotten shorter over time. In 2000, they were 12 seconds, but now they're only 8 seconds. That's shorter than a goldfish, and it's not just about paying attention. All the things that are distracting you are making it harder to think deeply and solve hard problems. Multitasking used to be seen as a useful skill, but now it just makes you less productive. Studies have shown that it can make people up to 40% less productive. You think you're getting more done, but you're really doing less and not as well. You might say, "But look at all the progress we've made in technology. That must be progress." But here's the uncomfortable truth. The world around us has gotten more complicated, but our inner world has gotten simpler. We're becoming more like the machines we've made and losing touch with the deeper parts of ourselves. Do you really want this to happen? To become a part of an unconscious machine? It is possible to stop this decline, but it is not simple. It requires purposeful suffering, which goes against everything modern society teaches. Not to worry, this isn't about hurting yourself. It's about consciously taking on challenges that take you out of your comfort zone and doing work that needs your full attention and presence. These activities can bring out parts of you that have been numbed by modern life. Imagine choosing to disconnect from technology for long periods of time, spending time alone with your thoughts, and doing physical work that makes you feel closer to the earth and your body. In a world that is designed to keep you asleep, these simple habits are revolutionary. But be careful. The way to real evolution isn't simple. You have to be brave to go against the flow of society, and you have to face hard truths about yourself and the world around you. Are you ready to face this challenge and take back your humanity in a world that wants to turn you into a machine? Are you ready to find the universe's hidden power? The Enneagram has been the key the whole time. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of most. You're questioning, you're thinking, you're waking up. But now, it's time to take action. Comment below. I refuse to be a machine. Declare that you're ready to reclaim your awareness and take control of your life. This 9-pointed shape is more than just a shape. It's a divine blueprint that controls everything from the movements of the planets to the deepest parts of your mind. These are the law of 3 and the law of 7, which are at the heart of the Enneagram. These laws describe how forces work together to make things happen and explain why things move in cycles that can be predicted. It's like learning to read the source code of reality itself when you understand these ideas. But here's where the Enneagram really changes things. It's not just a theory, it's a tool you can use to break free from unconscious habits and reach your full potential. Finding your personality type within its framework is the first thing you need to do to activate it. This will help you find the hidden reasons and limiting patterns that affect the choices you make. Look at how these patterns show up in your relationships, thoughts, and feelings. Being aware is the first step toward change. Next, use the law of 3 to look at your life and see how active, passive, and neutral forces work. Know how these dynamics affect the choices you make, the problems you face, and your growth. In the same way, use the law of 7 to see patterns in the way you act or what you go through. If you align your actions with these universal rules, you can get out of the loops that hold you back. This activation will become stronger with daily practices. First, pay attention to your own reactions, habits, and feelings without judging them. Next, work on non-identification by separating yourself from these automatic behaviors and seeing them as different from who you really are. This changes the way your mind works over time and makes room for conscious, purposeful living. Gurdjieff said that using the Enneagram speeds up personal growth and can help you develop higher intuition, inner peace, and even the power to change reality. But be careful, because you can't go back to how you saw the world before you used the Enneagram. You'll see patterns in your life, in your relationships, and even in society as a whole. It will be like the hidden structure of reality has been revealed. Are you ready to accept this level of awareness and make changes in your life? But Gurdjieff's teachings show another shocking truth about you that the FBI tried to hide. You're not a single person. You're a crowd of people with different wants and beliefs. You don't even realize it, but these many eyes are tearing you apart. This war going on in your mind is the real reason you fail to reach your goals and ruin your own happiness. Ask yourself how many times you've told yourself you'd start a new habit, but then gave up after a few days. That's not weakness. It's one part of you bellowing at another. There is a I that wants to be healthy and another that wants junk food. There is a I that wants to be successful and another that is afraid of change. These contradictions inside people are easy to find if you know where to look. Your mind is like a house that is split in two, and it's holding you back. Don't just believe me, though. What Gurdjieff knew almost 100 years ago has been proven true by science. Cognitive dissonance is what psychologists call the mental stress that comes from having two beliefs that are at odds with each other. Your mind feels like it's being pulled in different directions, which stops it from moving. These kinds of inner conflicts not only make you unhappy, but they can also make you sick. Some people get anxiety, depression, and even health problems when they are stressed out by cognitive dissonance. Not only are your arguing eyes annoying, they're also killing you from the inside out. How can you stop this war inside you? People haven't been told about a powerful technique that Gurdjieff found. It's called inner separation and observation, and it can completely change your life. So, instead of identifying with your feelings and thoughts, you learn to take a step back and watch them. You become a spectator to the drama going on inside you. Now that you're in charge of making the movie of your life, it's like being stuck in the middle of the screen. This practice is so strong that it can instantly wake you up from the trance that society puts you in. Are you ready to find out what's keeping you asleep? These habits are holding you back from being free. 1. Having faith in every thought that comes to mind. 2. Letting your feelings determine what you do. 3. Not letting go of comfort, even if it slows you down. While it's not easy to break these habits, the benefits are out of this world. Imagine not having to deal with constant inner turmoil and being able to make decisions that are clear and have a purpose. This is the power that you can find within you through Gurdjieff's teachings. But bringing your inner world together is only the start. This practice has deeper levels and secrets that can completely change how you relate to reality. Do you have the guts to go further down this rabbit hole? Because what comes next will make you question everything you thought you knew about how consciousness works and where you fit in the universe. You've just uncovered truths that many will never dare to see. But now, the real question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Comment below, I reclaim my true self. Let this be your first step toward breaking free from the illusion. Many people spend their whole lives in their bodies and don't realize the amazing power that lies dormant inside them. But you're not like them, right? You feel like life and yourself have more to offer than meets the eye. In his writings, Gurdjieff revealed a deep truth. We can create a soul by putting in conscious effort. This isn't some vague, mystical idea. It's a real, step-by-step way to change yourself. Inner alchemy is the study of how to awaken your higher potential by connecting your body, emotions, and mind in ways that most people can't even imagine. Just think about it. How many times have you tried yoga, meditation, or prayer? Each one changes you in a different way, but most people approach them randomly and don't know how to put them all together in a way that changes them all. Gurdjieff found that the key is precise integration. Gurdjieff's movements are at the heart of this process. They are unique physical exercises that are meant to awaken parts of your being that have been sleeping. There are 3 important parts to these movements. 1. Moving your body. Using deliberate rhythmic movements brings harmony and focus to your life. 2. Emotional presence. Each movement requires you to be deeply emotionally involved, which brings you in touch with your inner state. 3. Focused attention. The exercises make you aware of your thoughts and make you stay in the present and watch yourself work. These things work better together, changing the way your nervous system works and creating new pathways that connect your body, emotions, and mind. Getting it done is like updating your operating system. It makes life clearer and easier to understand. But this is only the start. Gurdjieff's formula goes beyond the movements themselves to change people for good. Do these things. 1. Start by becoming aware of your habits, thoughts, and actions, and then watch them without judging them. This brings to light the unconscious habits that hold you back. 2. Use non-identification. Learn to separate yourself from your automatic thoughts and feelings. Understand that they are just experiences and not who you are. 3. Develop presence by focusing on the present moment. You can do this by moving, meditating, or taking mindful breaths. Your present self and your higher potential can talk to each other through presence. 4. Commit to being consistent. Change takes daily work. Set aside time for these practices and gradually build the strength to face your inner resistance. 5. Take some time to think about what you saw and what it all means after each session. What problems came up? Use what you've learned to make your journey better. It's not easy to go this way. To awaken your higher self, you have to face things that make you feel bad, break old habits, and face parts of yourself that you've been avoiding. But people who really follow Gurdjieff's methods often say they have profound experiences, moments of crystal clear awareness, an unbreakable connection to something greater, and the ability to access creative and energetic reserves that they had not used before. This is what inner alchemy is all about, a precise, life-changing way to make your normal life into something extraordinary. Are you ready to follow a formula that can free you from all restrictions and reach the deepest parts of your being? The choice is yours, but there are a lot of possibilities. Your growth as a person is connected to the fate of the universe. Gurdjieff found this shocking truth about people. We are not passive observers, but active participants in a divine drama. What's wrong? Most of us don't know how powerful we really are because we're sleepwalking through our roles. Gurdjieff shared a scary thought. People who are unconscious could be food for the moon. Our unconscious pain and bad feelings might be fueling divine processes that we can't understand. Don't worry, though. Conscious evolution is the key to getting out of this mess. You're not only changing yourself when you raise your consciousness, you're also helping all of humanity evolve. We are all linked in a huge web of energy, and the work you do on the inside affects the whole system. Gurdjieff hinted at an amazing future for people. He saw us becoming conscious co-creators of the universe. Imagine a future in which we are not only people who live on Earth, but also people who actively shape God's plans for us. Right now, this prediction is coming true. There is a global awakening, a rise in consciousness that is changing everything. There is a new world coming into being as the old ones fall apart. But it's not easy to live out our divine purpose. We have to make big changes in the way we think, feel, and act. We need to let go of old habits, face our biggest fears, and step into our true power. You have a choice. You can keep sleepwalking and feeding forces you don't understand, or you can wake up, take back your power, and help shape the future of the universe. Pick something. Everything could happen or not depend on what you decide. Gurdjieff found something about the mind that will change everything you thought you knew about it. It's called a buffer, and it's what's stopping you from reaching your full potential. A strong psychological shield called a buffer keeps us in a comfortable sleep and blocks out the truth about ourselves and the world around us. Think about it. How many times have you tried to avoid really looking at your own actions and thoughts? This is because of these buffers, which are stopping you from truly awakening. But here's the really cool part. These buffers aren't just keeping you safe from outside threats, they're also keeping you safe from the scariest thing of all, your true self. A lot of people will do almost anything to stay asleep because they're afraid of facing who they really are. You may think you want to wake up, but there's a part of you that is very much against it. Take a look around you. How many people do you know who stay in relationships or jobs that they don't like because they're comfortable? To avoid facing your own thoughts, how often do you use TV or social media to pass the time? All of these things keep us from facing our true selves, and they cost us our freedom. Modern psychology has confirmed what Gurdjieff knew almost 100 years ago. There are many ways we protect our egos and avoid facing uncomfortable truths, such as denial, projection, and rationalization. There are a lot of mental tricks we can use to stay asleep. So how do we get away from these chains that we can't see? Gurdjieff taught a technique called the stop exercise, which is a radical but deceptively simple exercise that stops your life from going as it normally does and shows you the unconscious forces that are controlling you. At random times, usually during group exercises, people were told to stop what they were doing and keep their movements, thoughts, and feelings the same. This sudden interruption makes you look at yourself without any filters, giving you a chance to see how your mind and body really work. In this still moment, your tensions, habits, and defenses are all laid bare. The stop exercise stops more than just your physical actions. It also stops your automatic thought patterns, which makes room for real self-awareness to come through. Imagine being frozen in the middle of a thought, a sentence, or an emotion. It's weird and even upsetting, but that's the point. These moments shake you out of your routines and bring you into the present, where you have to face the truth of your life. This practice helps break down the blocks that keep you asleep over time, which makes it one of Gurdjieff's most innovative ways to awaken your spiritual life. Not everyone should try this method because you have to be brave, open, and ready to face yourself without any fear. But it offers a deep way to freedom and change on the inside for those who are ready to step into the unknown. Get ready to wake up and stop running away from your true self. The teachings of Gurdjieff can help you change in ways you could never have imagined. What's next is important because the journey we've been on is about to reach its peak. Be clear, self-awakening is a huge job that will make you question everything you thought you knew about the world and yourself. Are you ready to face the uncomfortable truths that are hiding in your mind and the fake persona that has been running your life without you knowing? But here's the crazy part. Your awakening isn't just for you. A mass awakening would have crazy effects on the world. Industries that depend on keeping you asleep would fail overnight, and power structures would fall apart. Are you beginning to understand why this information has been kept secret? Gurdjieff hinted at something so amazing that it's hard to understand. He saw a new, awakened humanity, made up of beings who have gone beyond being mechanical and are now conscious co-creators of reality. Can you even begin to picture what might be possible? Here it is, the shocking truth you've been waiting for. The messages that are programming your subconscious are hidden in the things you do every day. It's possible that you don't even realize how your habits and interactions shape your mind. To get free, though, you need to be aware of what you're noticing. Pay attention to everything you do and think. Look for patterns and question the things you do without thinking. This easy exercise can break the invisible chains that are holding you back. Today, you have the power to wake up and break free from the lies that have held us all back. Imagine a world where everyone uses their full potential, old systems fall apart, and a new, stronger reality appears. This is not a dream. It's happening now, and you are a part of it. Are you ready to see the world as it really is and break free? Come with me as I awaken, and let's find the truth together, that most people will never dare to see. But now, it's time to take action. Like this video, if you're ready to step beyond the illusion, subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss the next step in this awakening. And now, I want to hear from you. Comment below. I decide for myself to wake up. Let's create a ripple effect of awareness together. The more of us who awaken, the harder it is to keep the world asleep.